Well, hi guys, it's been a while since we've had to do anything on the 300E Mercedes, and it's been so long I've grown a bit older. Anyway, we've got a slight oil leak and I'll show you all about it. I've taken the plastic cover off the distributor cap here, and as you can see oil been leaking down around here, and it's down on the trade underneath. And what it will be is the timing chain cover, the top half up here behind the distributor, that'll be leaking on the gasket down there. So we're going to change it, and the first thing we're going to do is unscrew the distributor cap, and there's an Allen head screw there, and there's one on over here, and there's one down in there underneath it. So we're going to undo those screws first. The screw at the bottom of the distributor cap down there is the most awkward, of course, and I use a variety of 5mm Allen keys to loosen it off, and anyway, it's loosened off, and I'll just do the other two and lift it out of place. Yeah, you got to juggle the distributor cap around a bit to get it around the fan blades there. Right, next thing I'm going to do is get a 10mm socket, and I'm going to undo the bolts around the rocker cover. Just loosen them right off. I'm not going to take the cover off, just loosen it up. Right, my rocker cover is all loose now. I just got a little end of a piece of timber and like the end of a hammer and gave it a tap and freed the rocker cover. And now I've got a 3mm hex key, and I'm going to take off the rotor button there. I've taken the bolt out of here with a T40 Terax bit, and now I'm going to lever out this piece that the rotor bolts onto. Once I've done that, I can take this bit of plastic thing at the back off. Well, getting that back piece out was easier said than done. I'm going to slight damage on mine now. One of the slot there. Anyway, and here we are. We're ready to undo the bolts. Right, there's 4 13mm nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4. One's down just there behind the water pipe. That'll come out. And I'm kicking myself because my distributor cap's worn, and my rotor button is worn, and I could have changed them all at the same time had I known. I think we changed them years ago, but obviously it's worn out again, so it's a shame. I'll have to come back and change them later. Right, I have those 4 bolts off. Now we've just got to gently tap around behind the cover here and free it. Okay, we now have the cover off, and now we've got to clean it. And we take off the old gasket goo stuff around the edges, and there's our rubber gasket down the bottom, which is quite hard. And so I'll replace that. And anyway, I'll get cleaning. I'll take out the old goo and clean it all up, ready to put the new one in. Rightio, I've cleaned my mating surfaces there, and I've cleaned up the mating surfaces here. Now I'm going to put a bit of silicon gasket material, this stuff, and on either side of this thing and on the surfaces where they're going to mate. Rightio, I've got my gasket in position. I'm just going to put some silicon on top of the gasket around the top of the gasket, and on my cover here I'm going to put some silicon down the sides here, and then I'm going to attempt to put the cover back on. Now this cover has two guiding pins. There's one over here and there's one on the other side, and the trick is to try and get it on without knocking your gasket off. Here goes. Having not done this job before, it's a case of learn as you go. You got to knock out the camshaft seal, and I didn't buy a new one, so I'm going to have to put back the old one and just hope that it doesn't leak. So if you do this job, make sure you buy a new camshaft seal. In any case, it's back on, so I'll just go to put the bolts in and put it back together. These 4 bolts here, it's suggested at 21 Newton meters, which is not much at all, just a bit of a tug. Okay, nearly there. I'm just bolting the rocker cover back down, and what you do is you do the bolts diagonally sort of thing. You do this one, that one, that one, that one, and then back again like that. And you only nip them up. They only need about 9 Newton meters, so just a nip on the rocker cover. And I'll put the piece of plastic that goes over the distributor cap, and then I'll start the engine and see if I've got any leaks. Let's hope we haven't. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.